Greetings dear friends, Fanatical Dragon back once again. This just arrived in from Vinegar Syndrome and there's two titles that are a little bit different to what I normally cover here, but it is two from their relatively new spin-off Cinematographe line, Drop Zone and Who Killed Teddy Bear, both with glorious cover art by Tony Stella, which kind of largely was the big reason why I picked up Who Killed Teddy Bear. It was not a movie that I was that familiar with. Drop Zone I had seen before with Wesley Snipes and a pretty mad performance by Gary Busey, directed by John Badham, but kind of was quite intrigued by the packaging of these. It's got a slightly bigger format than we normally see from the Vinegar Syndrome slips and kind of full slips arounds, with this kind of book format inside. So let's take a look inside and see how they shape up. Quite a lot of extra features on the releases. They're both, I think, in 4K. And once we get our plastic out of the way, we have this little J card, which will hopefully easy peel off. Have to be very careful not to actually pull away the lining of the full slip. It's a pretty sticky sticker. So yeah, we've got our Tony Stella wraparound artwork on it, which is very nice indeed. And then a kind of pull out book format, which is different than anything that I've seen them doing over at Vinegar Syndrome before. So we're getting almost like a media book style. You see a lot from the German releases with our two discs. So we get our 4K and our regular Blu-ray disc underneath. But we're now getting, instead of a booklet, we're getting a book. And we're getting Justin La Liberté writing in defense of Drop Zone. The Most Adrenaline Soaked to Them All by Biljet BD. Fear of Black Star, Wesley Snipes, 1990s action hero by Simon Abrams. Never super happy to see Simon Abrams' name attached to anything. Not my favourite writer or critic. There's No Eye in the Sky, a teamwork in Drop Zone by Mark Edward Hoek. And then our cast and crew notes for the actual release itself. On disc wise for Drop Zone, we're getting audio commentary by John Badham and cinematographer Roy H. Wagner, moderated by Cinematographe's Justin La Liberté, a new audio commentary by film journalist Max Every, Surfers in the Sky, a new video interview with producer Wallace Nisita, a symphony of skydiving, scoring Drop Zone, a new interview with film music historian Daniel Schweigler about Hans Zimmer's score, Whose Films Are These Anyway? John Badham from Filmmaker to Movie Maker, a new video essay by Daniel Kremer, new text essays as we saw in the book by Simon Abrams and Bill Jabiri, culture historian Mark Edward Wick, and Cinematographe's Justin La Liberté. So that is Drop Zone. Pop that back into its little slip. We've got a wee pull tab there for them, which I think you're going to need, because if you don't put that in, it's actually quite difficult to get it out. So we'll be quite careful to put the pull tab in the right place when we pop them back into the box. And then for Who Killed Teddy Bear, which is not a movie that I was that familiar with at all, directed by Joseph Cates. And we'll take a little look inside. Okay, both of these are numbered incidentally to 5,000 copies. Which is a fairly substantial run. I think sometimes Vinegar Syndrome's do sort of 10,000 and 8,000 runs. 5,000 a little bit more limited. I don't know if there's going to be a re-release after these ones sell out in a more traditional keep case. Time will tell. And then again we get Tony's art in the back. And then the same format of book on the inside. These are quite nicely done though, and kind of like slightly debossed cover with their logo and the title. Again, your two discs at the back, your 4K and your Blu-ray. And this time around we're getting another Toy to Love, Breaking with Gender Norms in the Underworld by Kylie Turner. Who Killed Teddy Bear and the Slow Death of the Production Code by John Charles. A whole bunch of promotional material from the movie, some stills. And then again our cast and crew notes for the release itself, not for the movie. And the J card for this one Tells us that on disc we are getting an audio commentary with film historians Elizabeth Purcell and KG Shepherd, The Murder of Innocence, a video essay by Chris O'Neill, Who Filmed Times Square, a feature out in the New York City locations of Who Killed Teddy Bear, a gallery of archival press clippings, and then inside the book we saw new text essays by film historian John Charles and film critic Kylie Turner. And that is it. So I think there was a few other releases already in this range that I didn't pick up. These ones I just got because I'm never not going to ship for Tony Stella. Absolutely adore his work, and beautiful covers on both of these. Let me know, guys, in the comments if you're also going to be picking up any of the ones from this range, or if you have already, or if you've got any thoughts on either of these movies. If you like the packaging style, let's just have a chat. I've been the Fanatical Dragon. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for all your support as always. I will see you on the next one. Take care.